Zanzibar09 with Zanzibar09 Gaming here, bringing you a new web series that I'm going to develop called Smite God's How To. Just my personal tips, tricks, and ways to play certain gods that you want to try out. You know, I just recently got some of my buddies to play the game and learning curve with the game, and there's a lot of gods that are in this game, you know, having 80 plus gods, and the god pack right off the bat, they only have a select number of gods to choose to. And I kind of ran into this problem as well when I first started the game. Was there is so many gods that I could play that I just didn't know who to choose. And luckily with jungle practice you can come and try them out, but it only helps to a certain extent because you can't actually play them against other people. You fight against a raw bot who is who has no items, and so it's not really effective. So it wasn't until you actually unlocked the god and played with him that you actually could see how good he was. So my objective with this new god series is to show you and tell you guys about every god in the game, couple things, the ways to combo their powers, just so you can see how the god actually works and what they want to do. So the first god, we're going to start with probably my favorite set of gods. My favorite god probably in the game is Vamana in terms of being a warrior. I just love him so much. He's such a bully. You can just really bully people in the solo lane in Conquest, and who doesn't love that you can turn into a giant baby? So taking a look at his movesets right here, we have his passive, where when he turns into the giant baby, a percentage of his physical protection is converted to his physical power. And you see it's 20% right there. And if you notice in the bottom left hand corner of the screen next to your relics list, you'll see a little umbrella, like a paper mache umbrella with a number 15. That's how much extra physical power you're going to get. So now moving into his square, which is going to be your 1, Vamana opens up his umbrella and sprints forward, doing damage to all enemies and knocking them up. So it's going to look, I'm going to get all these abilities here. So it's going to look like this. You know, you can move around with it and just kind of do whatever you want. It's a good escape tool when you're trying to escape. And it's also good for a knock-up. You can kind of combo his moves. His 2 is Amana puts his umbrella out in a cone area like this. You can see the cone right here. And while it does damage to all enemies in the cone. Simple, easy. There it is. Does all the damage. His circle, Vamana throws his umbrella out, and for every enemy that it hits, it slows the enemy's attack and movement speed. You can see right there by 30%, and the speed slow is at 3%. Also, it comes back just like Izanami's things do, like this. So you can actually throw it, see there, and there it comes back. So you can actually throw it out and hit somebody, and as it's coming back, hit somebody again. And then his ultimate, which is Vamana grows into a giant. We call it the big baby. And while he's doing this, he's immune to cow control. He gains protections, physical powers. He regenerates his health back. And now his basic attacks deal all damage to nearby enemies. Also, when he takes damage, his duration is extended, as you can see there. So at level 5, he's going to gain 25 protections. He's going to gain 100 physical power. He regenerates health 5% per second. Your regular duration is 6 seconds. However, the more you get hit, you gain increased durations. So for 0.5 seconds per hit, up to 10 seconds. So you can have a max of being in colossal form for 16 seconds. And those are his abilities. Hold on, give me a moment here, guys. So leveling up abilities first. You're always going to want to level up your circle first. So you want to get your circle all the way to max. Your circle is going to be your lane clear item. Your minion clear item is going to be your circle. So it's going to look like this. You're going to clear all the enemies and they get slowed as well. This is going to be your bread and butter move with Vamana. You're going to want to clear the wave. If you're in Conquest, like mostly for Conquest, you know, you're going to want to like do like this. Say you're in the lane by yourself. You're going to want to do that, kind of stand in the middle of the wave and clear the wave and then finish. You can either use a basic attack to finish off the rest of the lane, or you can use your X to clear it off, the rest of the lane like this. So you'll come in the lane, do that, and whoever's left over, X to clear the lane, and then you could go back to the tower if the tower was right here, and then play under tower, or you could just kind of hang out in the middle of the area until the wave comes out again. Like I said, it also comes back in the direction you're facing, so your umbrella, when you throw it out, comes back in the direction that you're facing. So when you throw it out, here, I'll show you. When you throw it out, you throw it out straight, right? If your enemy's moving to the left, you can go to the left, and your umbrella will go to that left, because majority of the people that you face are not stupid enough to stand in a straight line in front of you. They're going to be moving to either to the right or to the left, so you can throw it at an angle and try and see how it does that little arc at the very crest, and you can arc it back to hit them if you missed with the initial hit. So that's going to be your bread and butter. Your next one you're going to level up is your X. Right here, just your basic damage move. And, you know, nothing special to it. Just a basic damage move to get some poke on people. And then your last move is going to be your square. You're going to level up last along with your ult. You would prefer to level your ult first. Just because your square is really... I really don't use my square as a damage unless I know I can finish somebody off. So, for example, say one of these minions was an enemy god. You could dash into him, cancel your dash, do that, and maybe throw your umbrella and kill him. So what I just did there, if you did not know, for PlayStation users, this is for PlayStation users, your R1 button functions as a cancel. So you can cancel any abilities that you want, such as a dash or an ult or a charge up move, anytime using the R1 ability. So as you can see, as soon as I start my dash, I'll cancel it right away. So I start my dash and I cancel it with the R1 button and it stops. So you don't have to use the full on dash to hit somebody. So you could essentially be right in somebody's grill like that and cancel it and then hit him again. You don't have to go through the whole animation of the dash to cancel it. And that's one of the combos that I use. Now let me go on to builds. Let me go on to my build with Vamana, talk about some other, and kind of show you some combos on a god. So here's my custom build. You're always going to want to start off with Bluestone Pendant, as the Bluestone Pendant will give you a lot of poke early game. So we can come over here. You're going to get a lot of early poke on the wave, early. As you see, well, they really won't take the poke because my circle is too strong. But as you know, if you don't know what Bluestone Pendant does, basically, whenever you hit an enemy with an ability, they take an additional 30 physical damage over the next 2 seconds. Now, this is not true damage, so they're not going to get hit with 30 physical damage every single time. It takes into account mitigations and protections. So the higher their protections are, essentially the higher or the less your thing is going to tick. So usually what I found out, usually early game you'll hit them for an 11 twice, so it won't give you 30 physical damage, it'll give you 11. Let's see if I can show it on this raw bot. You see how he's at 9. So at level 20, he's only taking 18 physical damage because his defense is higher than it is early game, and it takes into account mitigations. So any move that you hit them with will take into account. I don't know why my robot's over here glitching out. So, you know, hit him with your X, and you see how you see the difference there between the two. So I hit the Odin and the Raw. My Odin is taking 13, and my Raw is only taking 9 because it takes into account mitigated damage. But early game, it's extremely useful because you can poke out the lane very quickly. So that's Bluestone Pendant. You're going to want to start with Bluestone Pendant. Your next item is going to be your boots. I don't know why I don't have boots on here, but let me go get boots. So currently, I'm on the PlayStation, we're in 3.17. If you're a warrior tank, you could even do something else, like a mage or something like that. Your reinforced shoes or reinforced greaves are just so overpowered at the moment. It's just, you should be getting them, especially if you're a warrior or a guardian, because not only do they give you physical power, they give you health, crowd control reduction, as well as the passive, which is every time you are damaged by a god, you gain a stack that provides 5 physical and 5 magical protections. This stacks up to 5 times and lasts 6 seconds. So you can get at getting hit 5 times, you gain 25 physical and 25 magical protections for 6 seconds. That is just so overpowered right now. It's incredible. So I would go with my greaves. My next item would be typically situational relevant. So if I'm taking a lot of damage from magical, I'm going to go with a magical item, such as, let me see here, probably I would go Bulwark of Hope or Pestilence, depending on the situation. If I'm going against an Aphrodite or a Chang'e, somebody that does healing, I'm going to pick up Pestilence. If I'm going against just regular mages like Poseidon, etc., if I'm getting burst down a lot by those mages, I'm going to go with a Bulwark of Hope. Majority of the time, it's a safe bet to go with your Breastplate of Valor. So Breastplate of Valor gives you 75 physical protections, 300 mana, and 20% cooldown reduction. So that is a go-to item because essentially the build that I run is a cooldown reduced build because Vamana is really about the big baby form. You get into the big baby, you can do a lot of damage, you can take a lot of damage, and you can just be a big bully and a nuisance the whole game. So my next item after this would typically be a double magical and protection item. So maybe either Hide of the Urchin or Mantle of Discord. Majority of the time, I'm going to go with the Hide of Urchin because, as you see later on my build, I'm going to build Jotun's Wrath, which gives me 20% cooldown reduction, and since I already have my Breastplate of Valor, which is 20% cooldown reduction, there's basically no need for me to do that. There's no need to go over 40% because, as you can see in the statistics menu that I get up, the numbers that are in the bars or parentheses, those are the cap on that item. So for example, look at your first item, power physical item 400. That's your cap. Your physical power will cap out at 400. Now if you go down into the second section, the very bottom, it says under MP5, it says cooldown percent. I have 20 now. You see in the parentheses it says 40. So your max cooldowns are 40. So basically, when I build Jotun's Wrath later on in the build, which gives me an extra 20%, I'm already at the 40. So it would be useless for me to get this Mantle of Discord because that extra 15% cooldown reduction would not help me at all. I would not get the extra 15%. I would just get the 60-60. So majority of the time, I'm going to go with Hide of the Urchin. So we have Hide of the Urchin. Then my next item is going, which looks like the Mace. So now my Jotun's Wrath will give me my other cooldown reduction. My other cooldown reduction for 40%. So if you see now, I'm at 40%. Okay. So now, basically, this is, when you get this, you come over here, look how quick my moves come back. you know, my big baby form, we go into big baby, and you can just massacre people, just ground and pound people the whole time. And I only got a 50-second cooldown on my big baby, which might seem like a lot, but if you think about it, when you're fighting, it is not that. It's pretty quick. It comes back pretty quick because majority of the time you're focused on other things. So the last couple of pieces of my build, we're going to go Frostbound Hammer, which is every time you hit an enemy, they get slowed. This is critical. This is extremely potent when you go into big baby because it's literally you can just keep pounding people, and there's really nothing they can do about it because they get slowed. So I'll show you how this works on the raw bot right here. Get him out of here. So I'll let him poke me a little bit and take damage so you can see how my big baby actually works. And so I go into the big baby form, like you see how I get 144 health back. Now we go with the slow. So now he's slowed, and literally you can just pound him. And then when you can come out of it, you have your other 3 items that help as well. So that is that. And then the last item is very situational. You can really do whatever you want with the last item. You could pick up, I used to run Hasten Fatalis, which is pretty funny. You could just spam people into the ground with your big baby form. You can go with extra penetration for Titan's Bane, or you can pick up a crit item, or you can pick up an extra defensive item for physical protections, because remember, when you go into the big baby form, your physical protections convert into physical power. So let's pick up the Hasten Fatalis just as a little fun. Working on your relics. Obviously, if you're in Conquest, your first relic is going to be Teleport. Your next relic is going to be either a Curse or a Sanctuary maybe, or a Shell, depending on the situation. Just pick up that. If you're not in a Conquest, you can go Curse and probably Sanctuary, things like that. And that's really on the build. Now we can just go into some combos. So like I said, it's really just about poke and being a bully. So you come over here, hit them. You can do this move. You can slow them down and go in their face and just kind of beat them up and knock them in the ground and cancel it. And then go into big baby whenever you're ready and just beat the crap out of them. That's really it. It's really effective. He can be a really big bully. I'm gonna add in a let me come back here. I'll just do some more combos so you can see kind of how I would play it. I'm gonna add in towards the end of this video clips of me actually using Vamana in a Conquest, kind of showing you like how much of a bully he really can be, and showing you kind of like an actual in-game use of how he would work. And you can see what I primarily like to do is I like to save my big baby ultimate until like basically I kind of use my big baby ultimate as a purification. If you don't know what purification is a relic. Let me come out of here. Purification is a relic right here that you are it removes crowd control effects and makes you immune to them for 2 seconds. Because when you're in the big baby form, you're glowing. Whenever you're glowing like this, you're immune to crowd control effects. Basically what that means is, like, if you're going against an Ares and he uses his chains to try and pull you in, his ultimate, you won't get pulled in. If an Amaterasu does her 3-sword stun, you won't get stunned. If Guan Yu does his cavalry charge on his horse ride, and when he comes off of it, how you normally get stunned, you will not get stunned. So that's how I usually use his ultimate, and you'll see that in the video I'm going to attach to the end of this. Is I'm in fighting against a solo lane Amaterasu, and I literally just save my ult until when she I save my ult until when she uses hers, and that's basically all I do. It's just the whole time. Like, I can bully her enough to where I can push her back, farm my lane, go help anybody else that I need to help, and then escape if I need to escape. And then when she does her ult, I can just use my ult, get health back, and etc. And that's about it, guys. That's all I got. So I'll attach that couple clips of that to the end of this video. You know, like this video, subscribe, comments. You know, please help me out. This is my really first venture into doing all this, so I'm just trying to help you guys out, and I'm trying to bring you guys content that you want to see. So feedback is welcome. I don't care if it's good, bad, anything, just something to help me out that I can make the broadcast more pleasurable to you guys, so you guys can get a better understanding of it. And see you guys tomorrow.
Get my cooldown straight, I can fight, I can contest it.
Amaterasu's missing right side. I'm making rotation in mid lane.
There we go. I'm gonna get a kill, baby.
Amaterasu's right here.
I got mid in.
Hey, yeah, their blues getting ready to come up.
Yeah, when you grab that's when I'm out. Your middle. Okay, I'm coming middle. I'm coming middle.
No, who the support needs to come middle. The Kepri needs to come middle. The Scotty stays in dual lane.
Kepri right here. There you go.
Some blaze.
Hey Stats, what you want to do a bunch of critters? Hey bro, I'm about to come to you in a second. Zones.
I'm good, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I'm dead. Oh shit, Susano.
Where?
Right here. An enemy has been slain.
There should be a Vulcan around here somewhere. I gotta go protect my tower real quick. I'll be right back.
Your right tower is under attack.
You ready for a mid lane game? Yeah, bro.
I'm on my.
Kepri behind you. Both are
Push
both.
that tower. Push that.
Yeah, I'm gonna push the tower now.
Yo, we got 3 over here on the right side. Tower should be pushed. Susano's going back jungle.
Coming to the left.
Hey, I can hold this lane down by myself.
With both of them?
Yeah, I'm not trying to. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna kill an Amaterasu.
Mid lane here come. Mid lane here come.
Stupid enemy.
Yep, perfect. Capri, you're not slick, dude. No, I'm talking about this Capri.
Boy, I died 2 hosts just now.
Take
Boy.
that damage scan, take that damage scan.
I'm on the way.
Who I look like a clown? So, who wants to get punched in the jaw? Hey, say hello to your mother for me.
I still got Capri and Amaterasu in his lane. I don't know why. Y'all can take that Phoenix. Take the Phoenix. I still have Capri and Amaterasu in his lane. This Capri
Yo,
literally.
Sasano, help me with this.
Capri's going jungle. This Capri's rotating the mid.
Oh man.
Don't fight that.
I'm backing out to finish my build. Well, piece of my build. We got wood.
Stand together.
Yeah.
This is how you effectively bully someone.
The fact that we got all our towers.
Oh, he got to kill me for real, huh?